Hi everybody, I have another project to show you tonight, but I wanted to show you the Celebration catalog, and if you don't know what that is, it runs from January 5th to February 28th, and this catalog, the things in it you can't buy, you have to earn it by spending $50 in either the mini catalog, the annual catalog, or the clearance rack. So that's $50 before shipping and handling and tax. But then you can pick something out of here for every $50, and there are a couple things in here that are required you spend $100, but most of them they are the 50, like the Darling Donkeys, which is so cute, and then stamp set Approaching Perfection, and then this ombre paper, which is really pretty. I'll have to do a project with that and show you. But what I'm going to show you today is the Flower and Feld Designer Series paper. And then the corner bouquet, which this is cute. This is $100 right here. But there's the Berry Blessing, and that's really pretty. You can get the Berry Blessing and the Berry Delightful Designer Series paper. And I'll have to show you some projects on that one too, and then show you more. But the Flower and Feld Designer Series paper and then the corner bouquet is what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to put this to the side. And then the mini catalog, which if you need one, let me know. So this is the paper, and the colors are just beautiful. This is my favorite, of course, and that's the card we're making the card out of that paper. And that one's pretty, and I really do like that for a background. And then these two, I like this one a lot. And then look how pretty that background paper is. So pretty. Stampin' Up! Really knows what they're doing with their paper. So let me put this to the side, and I'm going to show you, of course, I love these mini paper pumpkin boxes, and I like to give them as gifts. And this one, I'm going to show you how to make a card out of the front of this box. So let me put that to the side a second. Let me show you what's inside of it. I like to decorate the inside of paper pumpkin boxes, but these are the cards that I've been making over the past couple of days, and this has some of the designer series paper that I showed you how to do this technique with the embossing folders, and then this is our daisy punch, of course. And then this one, I had just a little piece of the paper left, and another one of the daisies. Isn't that pretty? And then this comes from the Fine Art Floral Suite, which I can't get away from right now. And this is the Fine Art Floral. And then these come from the So Sentimental bundle. And I love these. I use these a lot. But I want to show you something after the video with this. If you've never seen it before, it is kind of fun. And then my last and my favorite one, which I should have done a card like this. I'll have to do another video. But this comes from, what is it? Sorry. I can't find that one right now, but I'll show you what that comes from in another video when I do the video on that. But so pretty. And then the envelope, I use the negative for that, but I just think that's so pretty. So I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to show you how to make this card that matches this box. So get these little guys, tuck the little legs in, put this over here where you can still see. Okay, I'm going to bring it in my shimmery white cardstock, and this is the piece that we're going to stamp on. And then I'm going to bring in the bumblebee and the granny apple green, and then I'm going to have a real red marker and a green marker. So what you want to do is you want to take the granny apple green and you want to ink up your stamp. So just turn it over and make sure that you get all of the green on it, and you can see when you turn it over if you have the ink everywhere you want it to be. And then you're going to bring in these really high-tech pieces of equipment, the Q-tip. So we're going to need a couple Q-tips, and what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the color off. I'm going to move my glasses so I can see these little details here. And you want to try to just take off the ink where you want to put it back in with the real red marker. And you do want to try to get it as dry as possible so you get a really pretty red instead of a mud color, which if you don't get, you know, it dried up kind of nice, then it just makes it, you know, if you don't get the green off of there, you know, use as many Q-tips as you need to. You can always put the green color back on if you take off too much color. So sometimes it's hard to see when you're looking at the stamp from that side. Turn it over if you need to so you can see where the flowers are. There's quite a few of them. And then those little dots, I think those are cute in red too. So just turn it over, take your time, and just get the color off where you want it so you get a real pretty color. So I think that looks pretty good. And the more you do it with this stamp, you can tell where you need to take off your green. So then just bring in your real red marker, and you want to use the flat tip to color, and you want to try to keep it as flat as possible and not use your tip, because, you know, it breaks the tip down on your marker, and you want to keep them as long as possible because they do stay juicy for quite a long time. I've had this real red one for quite some time. And like coloring, don't try this with your blends because they don't stay wet enough for you to do it with blends. Just do it with markers. So let's put the lid on, and let's come back in with the green, wrong end, and see where we need to add some color back in. So I hope that I'm not holding this out of your line of sight. And I hope I'm not putting my head in it either, but you know, if it happens, you'll just see my fuzzy head. Put a little bit more green back in there. Okay, if you want to, you can huff on it, add some moisture back into it, and we just want to come back down into the edge as far as possible, so we leave enough room for our stamp, for our sentiment. And try not to rock it because there's no stamp here, and it's real easy for it to rock back and forth. So hold it more this way when you stamp, or you can put a piece of red rubber under there from an extra piece of the stamp set. Turned out really nice, I think. So if you have enough ink on it, you can huff on it and see if you can get any to stamp on your envelope. Maybe it'll give it the impression. Wow, that turned out better than I thought. Awesome. You like that? Turned out great. Wasn't expecting it to look that good. So then we want to do the bumblebee. And you want to try to get it as far up into this corner so you don't stamp into your flowers, because it is really lighter than your green. So hold it down. Turned out awesome. And you can do the same thing if you want to. And you want to get it away from, because you're going to be writing your address over there. So maybe right here would be good. Or you could even do it on the back of your envelope too, but that looks good too. I always like to stamp on my envelope. That way you know something good's coming, right? So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and attach this really pretty piece of Designer Series paper to the Granny Apple Green. And then you want to put your ribbon around it. So let's let's put this piece right on here. Look how pretty that pops against that. With that black in it, it's just gorgeous. So you want to put some of your ribbon around and tape it on the back, and then that way you can tie your bow wherever you want it to be. Gives you more freedom if you do it this way, and it doesn't use as much ribbon. So just attach it to the back with your tape, right like that, and then bring it around. And I could have cut this even shorter, but that's okay. See, if I would have cut it like right about there, it would have saved you that much ribbon. So sometimes that happens. So then now you can go ahead and attach it to your card base. I always have my white card bases made ahead of time, and I did do a video on how to cut those and score them. If you missed it, go ahead and look back on my YouTube channel and catch up on it. I have a lot of videos. So then just press this down, and then you want to attach this shimmery white cardstock to the Granny Apple Green, like this. And then just attach it. And you could do it with dimensionals if you wanted to. You know, just whatever you like. It's really pretty. I like it. So then press it down, and then just slide your ribbon. I always leave it on the roll, and then just slide it under here. Oh, if you need to, you can use your scissors, because I did make that quite tight. Oops. Well, maybe. Here's what we'll do. Hold it up. You should leave it a little looser so it's easier to get through, but you know, it'll go through. And then just pull this so you have enough on the side for your tail. And just tie your bow. Slide it through. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you can see when I tie my bow. So just bring this up and around and try to keep that as flat as possible, and then pull it through underneath. And then just kind of fiddle around with it, and my fingernail has a little piece that keeps catching on my ribbon. Makes it harder to tie that way. So then go ahead and just keep fiddling with it until you get it nice and tight and the way that you want it. And then just cut it. And I like for this to come around. I do fiddle with my ribbons quite a bit because I want them to be pretty. Ask my ladies at class. I do fiddle with them a bit. So then just snip it a little more, and I might even like it smaller. Told you, I'm a ribbon fiddler. There we go. Sometimes you just have to know when to quit, right? So let me know what you think. If you like this, and then there's the envelope. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon. Bye.